mucho grandes, muy grandes.
Hello, mijo? Are you there? What are you doing? Are you being good? Javier? Are you there? Javier.
No quiero decirlo. No, estaba viendo una mujer que tenía unos melones así grandes. Eso es todo.
How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. How was my RAMILIA fans of the Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams? Forgive me for my tardiness. My grandkids came by, and I was saying my goodbyes to them. They're going back home. I was like, oh shit, I got to greet my show. Appreciate you guys being patient. So yes, we got the Raiders versus the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams, Super Bowl champion, reigning, defending Super Bowl champion Rams versus the Las Vegas Raiders. So it's gonna be something interesting, and we have a lot of news coming in with our guy, our guy Baker Mayfield is in Los Angeles. So around this time last year, we made the big acquisitions, getting Von Miller and OBJ, and now it's a little bit different because now we're in getting ready for next year mode because of all the injuries. We're not going to be able to defend our title. Because we're not going to be able to make the postseason, unfortunately, unless there's a huge miracle. We win all the rest of our games, and the other teams lose all the rest of their games that are in front of us. But at least we're all able to turn a horrible season into a silver lining, meaning we get to look at a few guys that normally wouldn't get the reps, and they're fast tracking their progress. Also, there's a report that OBJ's knee is not ready the way they thought, and maybe he still gets signed, but he might be on the lookout to be back in Los Angeles next year. So if nobody signs him, there's been reports. If you saw my community page, there was reports that if OBJ there's rumors that the Cowboys need a physical with OBJ, of course, but they're kind of shying away from signing him to a multi-year deal because he may not be as ready as we were led to believe. So we will find out about that as well. Imagine OBJ still comes to the Rams because he may not get signed this year at all. We'll see. And also, there's reports that maybe he'll sign a 1-year deal, get on with somebody, and then come back to the Rams again next year anyway, because he loves Los Angeles. He loves McVay. He loves all the guys. So we will see what happens. We will see what happens. Thank you guys so much for coming in Wednesday night, RAMILIA. Thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. But yes, indeed. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna go with the injury report, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. So the injury report is Aaron Donald. I'll tell you before we even get to it, is gonna be out again. His second game that he's missed in his career. So injury report: Aaron Donald is out. John Wolford questionable. So they gave Baker Mayfield the playbook on the plane as he was on his way to Los Angeles. And so he may play because John Wolford is banged up. And Bryce Perkins, you know what? I wasn't a big thing. I wasn't on the Baker Mayfield train. I was like, well, I would rather have Bryce Perkins play the rest of the year. John Wolford can back him up. And but now he's only going to cost a little over $1 million to bring in with Sean McVay, the genius, the youngest head coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl. The winningest head coach in his 6 years in the NFC West. Maybe he can see if Baker Mayfield has something left. I mean, coming from where he came from, it wasn't very good. The play calling was horrible. It's not all their fault, but he's young. He's only 27 years old. And he can be Stafford's backup, and you never know. Maybe he'll turn a corner and go upright towards the upwards trajectory. For everybody forgets that he led the Browns to an 11-5 record. He won a playoff game, so he's been a decent pro. He's had the last year. Last year he's been injured, but this year he wasn't that good. But look who he was playing with, and with the Panthers and the Browns. So now with McVay and the scheming and the weapons we have here, you never know. So it's not going to cost us much. And then also, if we were to lose him, you can build him up, and then we can get a compensatory pick. It's all, and then also too, I heard there was reports that the Niners didn't want him, but there's a chance because no one else went after him except for us. The Niners could have at the last minute went after him, but they didn't. They're going to go with Brock Purdy. But still, we were able to get a guy that's not going to cost us much, and he might be able to, McVay gets a look at him. So anyway, here we go. For the second week in a row, Los Angeles Rams have Aaron Donald on defense. Won't have Aaron Donald on defense. He's been ruled out for Thursday night's game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Due to an ankle injury. He suffered in week 12 against the Chiefs. This is just the second game ever Donald has missed due to injury. One of the things, besides being one of the greatest players of all time, he's also been one of the most durable players at that position. Terrell Lewis and David Long Jr. have also been ruled out this week. Lewis has a back injury and Long injured groin. Tevin Howard's hip will keep him out of the game too. And here we go. Additionally, John Wolford and Troy Hill will be listed as questionable. Wolford has a neck injury that's been bothering him. So you have two guys with neck injuries. You have Stafford with the neck contusion, which is much more serious, but it can be healed with or without surgery, hopefully without surgery. And now the backup, QB2, Wolford has a neck injury. So the neck injury has been bothering him a few weeks, and he'll battle a groin issue. So if Wolford's not able to play, Bryce Perkins and Baker Mayfield would be the only other healthy quarterbacks on the roster. So there you go. We might get a chance to look at Baker Mayfield. And the one thing that Baker Mayfield has is he's got a gun on him. He can throw the ball deep. So it's going to be very interesting. Brandon Powell and Lance McCutcheon are questionable as well. Powell was not listed on the injury report Monday or Tuesday, so him being questionable is surprising. So, yeah, because we have a Thursday night game. On Monday, they all rested, and so we'll see what happens. So there's Brian Allen, full participant, center. Aaron Donald's out. Tyler Higbee, full participant. Troy Hill, limited, questionable. Out. Howard Lewis Jr., Long Jr., Lance McCutcheon. I want to see Lance McCutcheon get some more reps, but we will see. Ty Neshke, full participant. That's good news. Brandon Powell, questionable, like they were saying. Ben Skolnick, full participant. John Wolford, questionable. Las Vegas Raiders, full participant, Amir Abdullah, running back, did not participate. Andrew Billings, defensive tackle, Brandon Bolden, running back, full. Curtis Bolton, full. Jalen Brown did not participate. He's out. Tyler Hill, cornerback, questionable. Harmon, full. Horsted did not participate, out. Josh Jacobs, limited, questionable. So most likely he game time decision on James Perryman, full. Palomao, full. Trent Sieg, full, and Rakiasin is out. And there you have it. And then for the Raiders, the most notable injury concern is Josh Jacobs. He's questionable with the quad and calf issues through, though he was listed as limited each day. So he may not play because the quad and calf are very tough to battle back from. So we see what happens. We'll see what happens, and that's his injury report. And let's get into the comments. Niners Sickness Podcast. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you so much. I saw your text late, and I did get a chance to. We were busy all day today. But yeah, you guys, we have Baker Mayfield. He's been a problem in other clubhouses, but I think he'll be fine with ours. You know, that's one thing about us. Steven says, LOL. Michael says, hello, Mr. Rudy and Ramilia. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you so much. And with that, saying my name. Rudy. for coming in. I appreciate you. Danny Berry says, Rams, Lakers, suck yo. Daniel Berry says, Rudy. The Lakers, not so much, but AD was out and we missed him. He was out ill. Michael says, got to beat the Raiders tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I think we will. Michael Kinsey Zuma says, hey, Rudy, what's up, my brother? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Michael says, I may not be excited to see Baker Mayfield in a Rams jersey, but hopefully Sean McVay can resurrect his career. That's the thing with this kid. He's a young guy. Maybe he's learned his lesson. He was a number one pick, and not every day you can get a number one pick for $1.5 million. He's led a team to the playoffs. He's won a playoff game. He's had his problems, but he's got some talent, you know. So, and with Sean McVay, I mean, look what he did for Goff's career. I mean, very similar. Goff has a better arm, more accurate, but as far as accuracy, but you never know. You never know. It doesn't hurt to look at him. Jackie Romero says, Raider fans on the chat trying to troll us. Yeah, you know, they know that Aaron Donald's out, Matthew Stafford's out, Cooper Kupp's out, Robinson is out. It's fine. You know, like this picture here. We were going to beat them like we did last time. We still have a shot. We still have a shot to beat the Raiders. Thursday night football, baby. We still have a shot to beat them. You know, it's going to be something else. And then if this guy plays, our guy Baker Mayfield, we'll see what's happening. We'll see. Can you smell what the Baker is cooking? Hopefully he'll be cooking the Raiders. Jeremiah says, hopefully by next season he could be a stepping stone for the team. You never know. I mean, he didn't cost us much. Sean McVay is a guy that can work wonders with guys like Goff and scheme stuff, and with the Cooper Kupp and all those guys, in a different, a much better culture. You never know. Michael Kinsey says Stafford and Baker Mayfield can be a potent QB duo for the next season if Baker stays. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I believe that too. But Baker Mayfield has to prove himself. We're giving him a shot. This is a shot for him to show us what he's got, and he's got to come through. And we'll see what that's the big story for us. And we'll see what he has left. He's going to get a good. Unfortunately, Cooper Kupp's not there and Robinson's not there, but we do have Higbee. We do have Tutu. He can get the ball to Tutu. Van Jefferson deep. It's going to be very interesting in a unique situation. Normally McVay's teams are winning. We can't afford to put a bunch of rookies out there, or second year, third year players, but second or rookies, second year players or rookies. But here's what Sean McVay has to say about our guy Baker Mayfield, bringing him in.
When you have a player of his caliber come available, and you look at just the circumstances and the situation surrounding our quarterback room, we felt like it was the right move for us. He's a guy that I've always respected his game, liked a lot of things that he brings to the table. I've known him a little bit, just going back to even when we rode out to the combine together when he was training in LA, and we sat next to each other on the Southwest flight, with it being the only direct flight from LAX to Indianapolis. So as far as his status for tomorrow, we're working through that kind of stuff. We just finished up. I mean, he literally just got here last night. Incredibly sharp guy. It was good to be able to be around him, but really we felt like it upgraded our quarterback room, gives us a chance to have him in the building, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll take it a day at a time.
And that's one thing that, let me get his picture out of the way. That's one thing that you can't not pay attention to. Sean McVay likes him. Sean McVay's had interactions with him. Sean McVay knows his stuff. He can see talent. Now, can he unlock it? Can he get it consistent out of Baker Mayfield? Is Baker Mayfield's head in the right area? And being in Los Angeles, it's different than playing the other places he's been, but Carolina and with the Browns, there's a lot for him to prove, but he's getting a second chance. Now, he improves the QB room because we have two inexperienced quarterbacks. Bryce Perkins can't get on the field enough, and John Wolford has gotten on the field. He's kind of basically an NFL backup that can come in and give you, a little spark here and there. But we've already seen his ceiling just about. But he also has got knocked out a few times, getting hurt. So Baker Mayfield, make no mistake, does improve our QB room because he's, like I said, they went 11-5 after a struggling year. 2020, I think he came back after that struggling year, and they went 11-5, won a playoff game. He gave, I think it was the Bills or no, it was Kansas City. I think he gave Kansas City a run for their money. Don't take this guy lightly because he's a talent. Who knows what he's going to do with the talent. It's up to him, but we will see. It's going to be very interesting the rest of the way because we haven't been in this situation where we're not playing for a playoff spot, and we will see what happens, but he's got a shot now. So, and he's got the right quarterback. So we'll see what happens. But let me just, if you guys aren't, if you guys aren't, if you guys aren't refreshed, let me just give you a little taste of our new quarterback, our new backup quarterback, Baker Mayfield.
A young quarterback trying to get in sync with some young receivers.
Have to get to midfield for a first down. Step up. Cross 40.
Hold on, I got a little stuttering. Hold on. Dang, Spectrum. Hold on, let's go back.
Especially when you got a young quarterback trying to get in sync with some young receivers.
Have to get to midfield for a first down. Mayfield steps up under pressure. He's got room. Takes off. Across the 40. Across midfield. Mayfield picks up a block.
The fake to Chubb. Mayfield under pressure. Fires to the end zone, and the catch is made for a touchdown by Rashard Higgins.
Play action on first down for Baker Mayfield, and he's going to go deep, and he's got a receiver downfield, and he's got it. Rashad Perriman, and Perriman is tackled at the 9. And Mayfield stepping up. Does he see something deep? He does. And the ball is going to be caught. Touchdown.
In field goal range, 3rd and 9. Mayfield. End zone.
So, Baker Mayfield, he's got a little bit of a cannon on him. And, he's been in the NFL. Now he's with McVay. McVay liked him. So you never know, So, I mean, look, we got a first round. And sorry for the internet. Yeah, Michael Kids is making fun. It's not the internet, actually, Michael. It's my computer. It's my laptop. I'm going to replace it soon. But it bottlenecks. So sorry about that. But that's why a lot of times when I stream YouTube like that, it bottlenecks and it does mess it up. But that's why normally I record videos and then I show them and they're much better. But yes, he's got a cannon. He's got some awareness. It's going to be very interesting. It didn't cost us much, like I said. I mean, we'll see what happens. Steve-O says Baker is the future, not a stepping stone. We will see. We will see if he stays with us. Matthew Stafford. I'm very worried about my guy's staff. Because he's going to talk. He's going to have a hard look in the mirror. I know he doesn't want to end his career on a down year. He wants to go out his own way. So he's going to at least come back one more year. Hopefully he'll be able to fulfill his contract. But our guy, Matthew Stafford, Our guy Matthew Stafford, hopefully will be back for another few years. But you never know. And if you have a young guy like this, and he decides to turn the corner and learn his lesson and listens to McVay, I mean, there we go. There's a new era right there. So we'll see. That's well ahead of it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You're saying there's a chance. Where's my orange top hat? Like Dumb and Dumber. Michael Kenzie says, I remember 2018 when Sean McVay was so high on Baker Mayfield. Great comment. But the Rams got Jared Goff on the team at that time. There you go. He said on the video that I put that he liked him. And so he got to talk to him, and Sean McVay, is someone that can see a talent, and he's got talent. You can't say that he doesn't. He just hasn't worked out in the two teams, the Browns and the Panthers, which honestly aren't the greatest locations to be at. Michael Kenzie says Baker was a gamer for the Browns, but his career got a bit snake bit by injuries and bad coaching. Yes, indeed. Exactly right. Great comments, Michael. Steve says, Rudy told you a few weeks ago Stafford will retire. And may God forget to mention Donald was almost retired last year. We'll see what happens. Donald, I could tell you this, that Donald, McVay, and Stafford don't want to end their Rams career like this. So just on that alone, they're going to do everything in their power to at least come back next year, and we'll be all in again next year. And there's still a chance for us to get OBJ because reports are that he's not ready yet, and teams might not take a chance on him, or they might sign him to 1 year, and then the Rams will be all in getting him next year. We'll see, because he wants to be in Los Angeles. Believe me, he was disappointed that the Rams weren't able to put some wins together. He was even vouching, well, the wins don't mean anything now. It depends in December. He was actually sticking up for us. And so we'll see what happens. But that's another thing, we will see. But yeah, our guys don't want to go out this way. Steve also says Demeco and Peyton to Denver and Arizona. Yes, that's a great comment. You probably. Jenna, how you doing? Baker to Tutu. I can see that. Yes, indeed. He's got a cannon. Hopefully Tutu will get the ball more. I don't know what we're doing with him. We'll throw a bomb to him, and then John Wolford can't get him the ball. Bryce Perkins can't get on the field. Now we have Baker. He has a cannon, so we'll see what happens. He's got a good a decent deep ball throw, deep ball arm. Steve says Baker did good for the Browns, but they did him dirty. Yeah, it's hard to play for the Browns. Like it's hard to play for the Lions. And my hat goes off to Jared Goff. God bless him. We couldn't wait for Jared Goff. Jared Goff was at a plateau, a ceiling, but we had Aaron Donald who was aging. We had Ramsey. We had a team to win now. We couldn't wait for him, so we went with Stafford. Goff is coming along. He's helping that team win and turn the corner. I like it. I'm rooting for him. When the Rams are watching on the couch the playoffs, I'll be rooting for teams that haven't won in a while. I would love the Bills to win the Super Bowl since we're out of it, right? So we'll see what happens. Michael Kenzie says the Browns didn't give up on him. The Browns didn't give him another chance after he got that shoulder injury. Yeah, you know what? Organizations like that sometimes they make the wrong decisions time after time. Michael says, and the Browns screwed him over by bringing in Deshaun Watson. Yeah, and Deshaun Watson, it's been a long time, right, since he's played, and he's got in his mind, you got to be all focused. Those lawsuits and all that stuff going on, his reputation's taken a toll. He deserves that if he did do that. But he didn't look that good. But it's a long time since he's been playing. So great comment. Jenna says Stafford's wife wants him retired. Yeah, that's the thing to worry about because I love Stafford. I don't want him to, if he's able to come back and get fully healthy and be able to give it a shot, we're going to tweak our offensive line. So this is not going to happen where they just run right in. But yes, he got us our chip. I love my quarterback, Matthew Stafford, and his health is the utmost concern. Forget that I want to win another Super Bowl. I want to make sure that he's okay. he did what he needed to do. And in year one, it would be horrible that we didn't only got one good year and then we had an injury plague season, but he did his job, gave us a magical season that we'll never forget. But I hope he's able to go out on his terms and hopefully with another Lombardi, because the NFC is wide open. There's no juggernaut teams on the NFC. The Eagles look okay. The Cowboys, the offense looks good. They're pretty decent, but there's no like overpowering team. We'll see what happens. But yes, great comment, Jenna. Michael says, I wonder if the Rams would have still acquired Mayfield if OBJ was still with the team. Yeah, we were thinking about that too, because if OBJ, nobody signs him, and the Rams have him, Baker Mayfield on the roster, would that be a problem? I don't think so. They're professional. It's in a different culture. I'm sure Sean McVay and the guys, I'm sure that OBJ would trust McVay's decision. And so I don't think it'd be a problem. Look at on the Lakers, on my Lakers, Pat Beverly and Westbrook. At first they were kind of because they had a history, and they're getting along fine now. But we'll see what happens. And plus, winning cures everything. But that's a great comment. Jenna says, he got one for us though. Staff, thanks, staff. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Our quarterback. Amazing year. I will never forget my guy, Matthew Stafford. Glock 9. Amazing Stafford. Yes, indeed. I love this guy. Love this man. Let's see. Alex G says, Rudy, what's up with the NFC West teams picking players from Panthers, Niners, and with CMC cards with Robbie Anderson, and now we got Baker Mayfield. I don't know. We got Baker Mayfield because he was available. He's very inexpensive, and McVay has a history of knowing about him and talking to him. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's a great comment. SM says Rams should try to bring back Brandon Cooks. He's more realistic than Odell. I love Cooks, but the what scares me away with Cooks is the concussion. But he's made it all this time since he left us. So that's a great comment. Peo, my brother Peo time. He says, hey Rudy and everyone, I'm just in a bit before bed, but I had to hear Rudy's thoughts on Baker and what this means for Perkins. Thank you, Peo. I love you, brother. I know in Canada the time is different. I love it. I want Perkins to get the reps, and you know me with Perk. John Wolford seems to be hurt. I'm like, if I was McVay, I'm like, you're gonna stand down, John. But also, Bryce Perkins, the tag, I can't remember what they call it, but the tag on him means he'll probably be back with us next year. And then if Baker Mayfield beats him out, who knows? But John Wolford may be released. Maybe that's why they wanted to play them. So maybe that's why they wanted to play John Wolford so much, to just make sure that he's going to be the guy that's going to be released. But I can't remember the tag that is on Perkins that it's easy to bring him back. But yes, indeed. But yes, so Baker Mayfield is inexpensive. McVay gets a shot at a guy that he didn't draft. He's still young, only 27 years old. He's got mobility. He's got a good deep arm. He's never been in this kind of structure with this kind of franchise and culture and coach. There's all pluses, and plus it doesn't cost us much. We can build them up, and if we decide to get rid of them, we get a compensatory pick. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. I really like it, and it's going to make the rest of the games more exciting for us. So we'll see what happens. And plus, he has the arm to get Tutu and Van Jefferson the ball deep. We'll see what happens with that. Thank you, Pale. Michael Kenzie says, but will the Rams risk Brandon Cooks again? Yeah, with the concussions, but he's made it through. But it's tough to sign a guy that is going to get hurt. But that's a long way off. But we got to focus on who's going to be the backup. Is Stafford going to be okay? And also the veteran lineman that we're going to pick up in the offseason. William says, before Baker Mayfield was the Browns' last playoff years was 2020. Oh, wait. Before Baker Mayfield, the Browns' last playoff appearance was 2002. Wow, great comment. Yeah, it's been a long time for them. I feel bad for the Browns fans. I kid them, though. I'm like, the Cleveland hasn't been good since the Rams left. Michael Kinsey's pay yo. Pale Time says, my one big question about Baker Mayfield for this year is how good can he be without play action? We have struggled this year to set up a play action, and Baker has played his best ball with a solid play action system. Yes, just like Jared Goff. When we didn't have a good running game, Jared Goff struggled. The play action is what held the linebackers and gave them more avenues to throw. But yeah, that will be very interesting to see. Yes, indeed. That would be very interesting to see. Great comment. Yes, indeed. Pale Time says that Alex G, the comment still has me laughing. Did I miss Alex? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. The NFC teams, NFC West team. All right, let's see. Michael Kenzie says, I know it's bedtime for you, but glad you stopped in here. Yes, indeed. Love my guy, Payo. He's my dude. Pale says, oh, yeah, I love checking in with Rudy. He's when he's streaming. Thank you, Pale. I came in a little earlier than I normally do because I think 8 o'clock is a better time for me. Pale Time says, I want Wolf to be a coach for the Rams when he's done playing. Yeah, because they like him for a reason. I think it's in the quarterback room when they're calling out plays and they say, you know, what are you supposed to do here? He's probably very good in the verbiage as well. SM said, John Woodford, future Minnesota Viking. I can see that. William says, and the last win for the Browns in a playoff game was 1994. Long time before Baker Mayfield won a playoff game in 2020. Great comment. Pale Time says, and that Nico show has been bugging him since the offseason. Yeah, exactly right. Pale Time says, gotta go, but slumber well, everyone. Go Rams. Let's get a W tomorrow. Hit that like button. Thank you, Pale, for coming in. And with that, Pale, before you go to bed, let me get you stoked here. Let's get the Rams versus Raiders trailer going here. Here we go, Pale. Here we go. Everyone, here we go. Let's get stoked.
They say the autumn wind is a pirate. But just as fall gives way to winter, here there have been seasons of change. In Southern California, the era of silver and black is all black and white.
Feared and respected as professional sports winningest.
The future is royal in soul. The Raiders are coming to LA for Thursday Night Football. But the City of Angels belongs to the Rams.
Make way as the takeover. I see him looking down when we come closer. Step up, get it closer with a pro soldier. An overdose of work, trying to composure. Yeah. I want big bags, live life like a rich brat. Put a price on their head, we never hit back. No, catch me out on the field, and that's a mismatch. Yeah. Every day on the check, now I just hit back. Takeover, go.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The Rams versus Raiders. They're lucky that we don't have this gentleman right here on the defensive side. Here we go.
Got
it. Yes, indeed. But yes, so it's going to be very interesting. They basically gave Baker Mayfield the plays on the plane, and he's studying up. And most likely, if John Wolford doesn't play, they may bring him in. If it was me, and I'm McVay, I'd have some scripted plays that we're going to do with him, and that he can handle, and the right verbiage and stuff, and just to get us some excitement, you know. It's going to be great. Steve-O says, Lance has leg fatigue. I hope he covers fully. Poor guy, young guy. But yes, indeed. Michael Kinsey, see you on the watch party tomorrow, Pale. Yes, indeed. Everyone that's in the chat. I don't do watch parties, but I love to see my guy Pale Time. He does watch parties for Rams games, and I go in there. Even when I was at SoFi Stadium watching the game, I'll pop in real quick and say, oh boy, you know, Stafford looks hot today. You know, great watch party by my guy Payo. See you, Michael. Yes, indeed. Jerry Mercer's Raiders fans who act like this act like this is the way that they need a little life. Like seriously, mind your own business. But is there Raider fan that I don't see? If they're just going back and forth, fine. But if they get online, my mods take care of it. But yes, indeed. The Raiders basically have laid an egg too. They got Devontae Adams with Carr. They've laid an egg too, but they really haven't done anything since 1983. As far as winning a chip, they were really good when Tampa Bay beat them. They had Jerry Rice and Tim Brown. That was a great Raider team, but Tampa Bay beat them and in the Super Bowl. So, but the one time the year they won the chip was 1983. That was a long time ago. Yes, indeed. Great comment, Jarrett. Michael Kennedy says Raiders and Chargers fans in Los Angeles still need to remind that this is still the Rams town. Yes, indeed. Well, the Chargers, they should go back to San Diego, but because that was a great city. They didn't all the time that the Rams were out of in St. Louis and not in the LA market, they could have moved to Los Angeles then. Why did they put up a stink when the Rams came back to Los Angeles? And then now they're renting our stadium. They really did the people of San Diego a disservice, the loyal people of San Diego. And then the Raiders, unfortunately, they get out of line sometimes, and the NFL didn't want them in Los Angeles again. It would have been ideal, though. You would have had AFC, the Raiders, popular team, and the NFC Rams team. But, and for those people that don't know this, because the fan bases are not have reputations, but the Raiders, while they were in Los Angeles, two things didn't happen. They never had a Monday Night Football game because of allegedly one of the reasons why was because they never had a Monday Night Football game in Los Angeles was because they didn't want to have any issues. The police department, they never scheduled an LA Monday Night Football game, from what I understand. That's what I was told. And Al Davis, the Raiders won the Super Bowl in 1983. And it was a hollow Super Bowl, in my opinion, because they didn't have any roots in Los Angeles. They're Oakland's team, always will. They're in Las Vegas, but that's Oakland's team. Also, Al Davis, they didn't have a parade. They didn't have a parade in Los Angeles because Al Davis didn't want to pay for it. So there you go. So there's a little history on the LA Raiders. But yes, indeed. Michael says, I don't see any Raider fans here except for a few Niner fans. Okay, good. Because there was one guy that the JM 617, whatever, that comes in and I can't see him for whatever reason. But thank you, Michael. SM says the Raiders traded for Devontae Adams, signed Chandler Jones, but somehow got worse. That's something they wanted to go all in, and like us, and we were able to get the chip. And look at the Broncos. I mean, look at the Raiders. I mean, boy, and then you have the Giants and Jets with the homegrown talent, adding a couple of free agents here and there. And amazing. Just so fortunate that everything worked out for us. We were able to get OBJ and Von Miller the same year, and we're able to win the chip, and the pressure was on. The pressure was on. Now our city says, "What's up, brother? Good pick on getting a good pickup getting Baker Mayfield." Well, I mean, it didn't cost us much. Snyder Cygnus. McVay talked to him before. He kind of liked him coming out of college. He does have a good arm, a good talent, skill set. Now maybe a change of culture, mindset. McVay can get a look at him. Now our QB room has a veteran quarterback that actually led a franchise that's not normally in the playoffs to the playoffs at 11-5 with the Browns, and won a playoff game. So it didn't cost us much, and we might be able, if it didn't work out with us, maybe he can stay for the future. But if it didn't work out with us, maybe we can get a compensatory pick, if he goes to another team. So all in all, it's win-win. Michael Kenzie says if the Raiders didn't hire Josh McDaniels, the team should have been much better. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes it just does not work out. And that's why it's so fortunate. We've got close once in 2018. we got close once. We couldn't score points, so we could have won that Super Bowl. But then we got the chip in 2020. So we've been very fortunate. Very very fortunate, very fortunate. Hold on, I'm setting up a clip. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to set up a little clip here. Get us in the mood. Get us in the Rams versus Raiders mood. Here we go. Hold on. Let's go, baby. Just win, baby. Not in Vegas, in Los Angeles. The Rams won the chip. The Raiders still looking for that chip. It's been 1983. Let's see. Hold on. Let's get this going. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Don't fail me now, Internet.
Intercepted in the end zone by John. Right side in the end zone by John Johnson. Wow. At the back pylon, he dances his way to it.
I love you, baby. Hey, thanks for coming. I love y'all.
Carr in the shotgun, 2 receivers each side. He's going to throw for it. The Rams get home. Brockers takes him down. Sacked at the 13-yard line. He takes and catches out of field.
Yeah! 66 an outside hand guy, so I went boom and went over. Instead of just trying to chop up and turn, I just went and just went over.
Quick snap, play action. Goff look. Oh, the leaping catch in for the 38. Goff throws on the run. It's Cooks again. Down the far sideline. Brandon Cooks out of bounds inside the 10. Screen left again. Really well blocked. 15-20. Gurley burst down. Far sideline 30. Goff unloads to the near side. Cut. Goes airborne. Play action. Cooper Kupp dances in at the pylon. Touchdown LA. In the final seconds of the third quarter, they take the lead here in Oakland. There we go, 3rd down and 6. Can LA get another defensive stop? Carr has a tie step touches. He goes to the nearest. And the boos rain down.
Break this down!
And the boos rain down.
Break this down!
Sorry, having some glitch on my internet. Here we go. Let me just put that back real quick. Sorry about that.
And the boos rain down. On the infield dirt. Hecker and knee down at the 45. Greg Zerlin, 55 yards for a 2. No shit about it.
All right, so I'm there. Wanted to. Hold on. Didn't realize the clip was that long. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, go win.
Drive in this half.
Come on, internet. Sorry, guys. Let's try it again. One last one. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this through. Here we go. Here we go.
A pick 6 to cap it for LA.
That's why they brought him here, to go ahead and steal a play like that.
Hold on. I'm determined to get this. Hold on. Hold on. determined to get that one clip. Sorry.
A pick six to 3 punts and interception in this half. Could be the final. Intercept. Marcus Peters in his hometown. A pick six to say good night. A pick six to cap it for LA.
That's why they brought him here. Go ahead and still a play like that.
33-13. Okay, there we go. Darn it. This laptop, I got to get rid of it. Sorry about that. So I didn't get a chance to record that video. Excuse me. So, hopefully we'll be able to get have a game like that again. 33-13. That would be wonderful. SM says if Carson Stadium was approved, the Raiders would be in the NFC West and Rams would be probably in Vegas. Thank God that didn't happen. Yes, indeed. Rusty Productions. I'm going to be excited to see Baker Mayfield get his shot, win or loss tomorrow. Hopefully Tutu can get a TD. Yes, indeed. Get his TD. Great comment. Niner Sickness says, is there a possibility that Matt Stafford never plays again? Yes, there's I wasn't paying it any mind about retiring before the neck injury stuff. Niner Sickness, but he has a neck contusion that may or may not need surgery, and his wife because of the concussion earlier, and then another similar type of concussion, but he hurt his neck. We'll see. It's going to be a long conversation. I know that he doesn't want to go out like that, though. If we're able to retool our offensive line, hopefully he'll be able to come back safely. We'll see what happens, but there is a possibility. Michael Kennedy says, just want to get this out. Our rival Phoenix Suns got pummeled by the Celtics. There you go. Thank you. Great comment. Ram 74 says, imagine being stuck with the Raiders. Jenna says, Woods. Yes, indeed. I miss him. Yeah, Niner Sickness. It's my laptop. Usually when I show videos, I record it. So I didn't have a chance today. My grandkids were here visiting, and so I can't do YouTube streaming sometimes. But yeah, I got to replace my laptop. SM says, I would be in Las Vegas. I would be a Las Vegas Rams fan if that scenario happened. Me too. When they went to St. Louis, I was a St. Louis Rams fan, even though I saw them here. Keller Ricks has become a 49er fan. SM says, I remember this game. It was like yesterday. I think it was Gruden's first game back as Raiders coach. I love that game. Michael Kidd says, Baker versus Purdy. Yes, indeed. Because he won a playoff game. He's led a team to the playoffs. So, but Brock Purdy had one good game. Steve says, you did it wrong at first, Michael. LOL. Natter says, by getting Baker Mayfield, that means that McVay doesn't believe in your third string quarterback. No, I mean, he was cheap. Our two quarterbacks, as much as I'm high on Perkins, he's a young guy. He's green behind the ears. So yeah, so there you go. But yeah, no, it didn't cost us much, and we got a veteran QB. So we'll see what happens. Michael Kinsey says, yeah, it was a typo, Steve-O. Natter Sickness says the clip is too long and the internet is too slow. Yeah, sorry about that. I was looking for my clip, but yeah, I just wanted us to get some of that vibe. Essence says, no way that you watch football every Sunday and actually think Purdy's better than Mayfield. Yeah, I don't believe it either. He's had a good one game. Mayfield's a former number one pick, and he led a team to the playoffs that normally doesn't make the playoffs. Great comment. R. Fernando says Wolford has a neck injury. Yes, he may not play. He may not start. So Perkins and Perkins might probably get the start, and then they may bring in Mayfield for some plays as well. Steve-O says, I'm just here to see if they get jaw. I don't think I have that clip anymore. My poor guy, Sean McVay. I don't think I have it. Darn it. I had to cut it because StreamYard only lets you have a certain amount of clips. So I have to get rid of them. That's funny. Michael Kinsey says, if you believe that Purdy is better than Baker, y'all delusional. Yeah, I don't think he's got to prove it. At least Baker Mayfield, like I said, led a team to the playoffs and a playoff win. Natter says, I truly hope your team plays better against the Raiders than your internet tonight. Hey, leave my internet alone. Jared Ramirez says, good night, Rudy. Good night, Jared. Thank you for coming in, brother. Appreciate you so much. There's my guy, Jim Foster. What's up, brother? Wonder Sixes can behave, Jimbo. You're my dude, and I love my guy, Niner Sickness. But you know, it's good to go back and forth. But everybody behave. Jim Foster, do you spend your $200 on massages like Watson? Jimbo, you know what, man? I like I said, you know what, man? I got to tell you again, thank you so much, my brother, because that was very amazing of you, man. And it was over and above, and I appreciate you so much, man. That was really amazing. You really, I can't even talk now. You just really caught me by surprise, and that was just amazing, brother. Thank you so much. That was just amazing. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that so much. My brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is just to clarify, Kyle Shanahan was not interested in getting Baker Mayfield, but I wish him the best with you guys. Yeah, but you know what? Kyle Shanahan isn't the very best at picking talent when it comes to quarterbacks, because he was trying to get rid of Jimmy G, and Jimmy G was the Niners' saving grace. Trent was gonna, struggling. Who knows? That's why I said that before the Rams had their injuries and all that. I picked the Rams to sweep the Niners if Trey Lance was going to be the quarterback. But all the situations with Kyle Shanahan and quarterbacks, from the Mullins and the Beathards and Jimmy G, but he still hasn't worked out. He gets hurt and he loses the big game, and then Trey Lance was struggling, but he's still a young guy. But to leave Mr. Irrelevant, despite his one game that he played decent, as the backup QB2, I wouldn't say that Kyle Shanahan is the greatest decision maker on especially when it comes to quarterback room. But we will see what happens. Travis Martin says, you guys need running backs, receivers, guards, left tackles, pass rushers. We need offensive line for sure. Running backs, Kyron Williams looks like he's going to be pretty good. We'll see. Hopefully Cam Akers has turned the corner. He'll be back with us. Jeff says, Dolphins have worst record defense in the entire NFL. Let's see what Purdy does moving forward. I see the Wanderers' 30-day dry spell grows. Yeah, you know what? That was a heck of a win against the Dolphins. The Dolphins, let's just face it, Tua missed a lot of throws he should have made. The Dolphins crapped the bed. The Dolphins haven't played a defense like the Niners. There's teams out there that they're paper hype. They have a good record. Like, I'm not sure about the Eagles. They look pretty good. We'll see. But if the Niners were to do that to Kansas City, that's different. I appreciate they beat the Dolphins, but then this is the same Niner team that lost to the Falcons, that lost to the Broncos, that lost to the Bears. So, there's more. That's the first playoff team that the Niners have beaten. Genesis Niners think this Rams had their higher waiver priority. Shannon was just playing it down. Yeah. Also, too, the that's exactly a great comment, Jenna, because the Niners were like 20th. But it kind of surprised me they still didn't put their hat in there. But yeah, you never know. That's a great comment. Joseph, hey Rudy, what's up, brother? What's up, my brother? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, my brother. And with that, where's my all right, here we go. Jim Foss says, anytime, bro. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you so much. Not saying this, general, we will never know, right? Yep. Yeah, you never know. I mean, man, I can tell you this. if the situation was switched and my Rams had the last pick in the draft, 7th round pick, Mr. Relevant, which is kind of a messed up name, but and even if he played good, I'd be like, man, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm rolling with you. He's on my team, but man, I don't know. I mean, hell, I was doing that with Jared Goff. And Jared Goff was a 1st round pick, and Jared Goff is still in the league, and he's got the Lions turned around. But I would be like, man, we need to get a veteran in here. We'll see. Caloric says, if the Rams lose tomorrow, you guys are eliminated. Yeah, well, I think we're eliminated already because we don't have nobody, but there's still a chance. Yep. Joe says, Mayfield, that's crazy. CEO and the coach are going nuts. Yeah, well, Joe, it was just inexpensive. We got a guy that was in the playoffs and led his team to the playoffs. He's got a cannon of an arm, pretty good arm, and so we'll see what he has. McVay likes him, and he doesn't cost us hardly anything. So we'll see what happens. And plus, he helps the QB room because you have a veteran quarterback that's young. He's only 27 years old. Michael says, I'm happy that all the other NBA Pacific Division teams lost tonight. Even our Lakers lost. The Lakers, though, have been looking so great. AD's been looking great. It's going to take a little time to get everything going. Now it says Kyle Shannon owns McVay and now Mike McDaniels. Yeah, but Kyle Shannon is a regular season master. But when it comes to the big one, McVay is 1-0. So if somebody said, well, I own you. Yeah, but didn't I beat you in that big bet? I'll take it. Dave McNeil says Rudy is a faker. Mayfield is the 33rd ranked NFL QB actually going to start. Well, I said that he had a bad year last year with injuries, and he hasn't played good. But look where he came from, the Panthers, But you can't take away that he led a team to the playoffs, 11-5, and they won a playoff game. But we'll see. He didn't say he was one of the better quarterbacks. So he has to show what he can do. Tua crapped the bed because the defense was kicking his ass. Yeah, the defense is no joke, man. The Niners defense is no joke. When we lost to the Chiefs, we were missing 8 starters on defense, brother. That's true. But Mahomes is different than Tua, though, too. Dave Manu says, Mr. Relevant, Glock Purdy is our starting quarterback. Don't know what we have yet. We will see. Hopefully he's locked and loaded. Yeah, you never know. Maybe he's your guys' Kurt Warner. Kelly says Cooper Cup coming to the 49ers. Steve-O says, Rudy will trade you Lance and Karen Cohn for a 5th. This is Kelly Rican. Hola. This is Rudy. You got to admit before, brother, playing a team like the Dolphins coming in for an injured Garoppolo Brock. No, he did. I was very surprised. He looked good. I like how he got the ball out quick. He's a little on the small side, though, kind of brittle. He reminds me of body-wise is Jay Cutler. They would always jump on Jay Cutler and, my shoulder, He reminds me of a young, what's that cat's name from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? So I Shrunk the Kids. The guy with the glasses from Ghostbusters, the gatekeeper. Rick Moranis. He reminds me of Rick Moranis. The way he looks when he smiles. Young kid, even Phil Simms' son and the other guy, that show on NBC, they were saying, he looks like one of the athletic director kid guys that you give him the jersey and they take it to the clubhouse. But we'll see. He was very impressive, especially for a young guy. Didn't get much reps, and he got rid of the ball quick. But over the long haul, other teams get film on what he does, his strengths. But you have to you tip your cap to him for that one game. SM says, how many Super Rings does Kyle have? Kyle own none. David Manu says, Niners Team Podcast. What's up, Beto? Yes, indeed. Jenny Vodka says, if San Francisco gets a chip this season, just a reminder, we did it first in this millennium. That's exactly right, baby. I don't think it's their year either, though. Honestly, I don't. Even when they had Jimmy, I don't think it's their year either. I think possibly whichever NFC team makes it to the Super Bowl is going to get buzzsawed by the Bills or probably the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are my team to win. That's who I'm picking right now with us basically out of it. Not officially yet, but we'll see. Narcissus, hey brother. Jenna says, and we did it prior to that also. Yes, indeed. We won the last Super Bowl in the NFC West between the Niners and Rams. The Rams have won the last 2 Super Bowls. Calorica says 49ers will win back-to-back championships. The Rams will never win back-to-back. It's hard to win back-to-back. 401 Killer Shark 1. Bro, Rudy's second team is the Niners. No, it's not. It's not. Michael Kennedy says you can join the Cowboys Niners for having 0 Super Bowl rings since 2000. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Steve says last Mills Lane and Christy Alley this week. Yeah, we lost Mills Lane and Christy Alley. Rest in peace. Woo. It's just amazing mortality because Kirstie Alley, Mills Lane, and Irene Cara, just got rest in peace. Rest in peace. Alex, Rudy, do you think the XFL is going to be worth watching? If you love football and just want to see something different, yeah. I don't really watch it too much. I maybe I'll flip it on and just okay. But sometimes there's some exciting teams, and not for me, not too much. But to each their own, though. If you have somebody that can fling the ball around, I like the Arena League stuff. I've never gone, but it's really exciting. The small field. But yeah, I can see somebody that might like to see that. If they like to see that stuff. Jim Fox says the Winders team assembled to support weak quarterback play. They are used to inept quarterbacks. That's why Purdy was able to step in anyway and can check down and hand off. Yeah, what they do is they teach the quarterbacks to get the ball off quick, which is smart. Hand the ball off left, hand the ball off left, hand the ball off right, hand the ball off down the middle. Jet sweep. In the ball in the flats, over the middle, and inside the hash mark. They do blocking schemes where they're picking the defenders, and then Kittle's right here open, Debo's right here open. When you hinder that, and if they fall behind, then there's a problem, because if they have to throw, then that's a problem. That's the secret, is getting a lead on the Niners, not letting them use their run game, and switching it up. But on third down, especially, get on the receivers and get a pass rush and teach the defensive linemen to put their hands up so they block the passing lanes. So if you don't get to the quarterback, you can at least knock the ball down. But you have to switch it up. One third down, get right up on them. One third down, get up on them and then back up. Switch it up. But it's hard. They're tough, though, because they really like a fine old machine with those checkdowns. And it's a unique situation. We've had our problems for sure. Great comment, Jimbo. SM says, I got Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl. There you go. I'm not sure. I haven't watched too much of the Eagles, but that quarterback with that mobility, he's, hopefully he didn't, be hot early and then fizzle in the playoffs. We'll see what happens, but that's tough having a quarterback like that. Michael Kinsey says Niners got 2 chances, but y'all blew it. Yes, indeed. Niners says, Rudy, great show. Like always, continue talking shit about my Niners. I would have it no other way, Cardinal. Thank you, brother. I'm being nice. I'm not talking smack. Steve, all teams will need 2 quarterbacks going forward with one bye week and 18 games soon. Yes, indeed. SM says PJ Walker was balling in the XFL. Great comment. Yeah, I don't really follow it too much, so there's a good reason to watch it then, because talent that's in the XFL, they do get signed. Like, can we find a big, athletic, young couple of offensive linemen for a right and left guard? Get in there. A diamond in a rough. But yeah, that's a great thing. Yeah, you want to see what guys are out there. You go, oh, I remember him. I watched him on the XFL. In the XFL. Niners Steelers, at the end of the day, the 49ers have a scary defense and a great run game will be fine. Yeah, the defense and the run game is something that you can take on the road. We will see what happens. It's still got a few more games to go. And then I heard Jimmy G is going to be back 7 to 8 weeks later, but maybe the Niners will be already eliminated for the playoffs by the time he's ready to go. We will see. There's a lot of football left. Anything can happen. Steve says, Foster, that's how the Cowboys won their Super Bowls. Yes, indeed. Emmitt Smith, and then a little bit of up to Alvin Harper, and accurate short throws, and then a occasional deep throw. That's one thing that Jimmy didn't have was a deep ball. Jackson MI says, I wish XFL and USFL would give Portland a team. Great comment. Yeah, they deserve a team. Michael Kitty says, hey, fellas, don't forget to smash the like button for Rudy. Thank you, Michael. I always forget to say that stuff. Yes, please hit the like or subscribe button if you haven't already, and the alert so you can come on more often. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. R. Fernandez says, any thoughts on Von Miller being out for the season? Is he out? I didn't hear that. I heard that he hurt himself, but he was going to play through it. Oh man, I'm sorry that he got hurt. Injuries suck, man. These two guys, we were so lucky we got through the year with them, and they helped us win the chip. OBJ almost made it all the way through, but he was instrumental in helping us. We wouldn't be champions if it wasn't for him and these two. But man, that's too bad. I will always have love for Von Miller and OBJ, and I'm sorry to hear that. If that is true, I had heard that he was going to try to play through it and maybe have surgery at the end of the year. But if he's going to be out for the season, that sucks. That sucks. SM says, Shades Marshall, I got some money for you. Get a haircut. Maka says he's out for the season since Von Miller got a torn ACL. Oh no. Okay, I haven't heard that. I was out with my grandkids, and I heard a few days ago, or I read somewhere that he had an injury, and it wasn't as bad as it was. It was like a sprain, something or slight whatever, and that he can see if he can play through it. But man, I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that. Niner Sickness says, Rudy, to be honest, how badly do you want the 49ers to be one and done in the playoffs? Well, you know what, Niner Sickness, I think you're like me when it comes to this. Of course, we don't like that the rival team in the division wins the Super Bowl, right? But if you guys win it, you deserve it. I wouldn't like it. I would rather have you guys lose in the Super Bowl to make it hurt more. But that's just me being messed up. But to me, if a team wins a Super Bowl, I'm like, ching, right? But you deserve it. If you win a Super Bowl, it's so many teams gunning for the dang Super Bowl, and these injuries that can happen. Look, we got to 2018 Super Bowl. I always harp on this. Todd Gurley was a shell of himself. His knee started to act up. We didn't have explosive Gurley. A young quarterback, third-year quarterback in Jared Goff, green behind the ears. So the play action wasn't there. We had to get C.J. Anderson running back off a scrap heap to beat the Cowboys. Cooper Kupp wasn't there. So we basically played the Super Bowl against the Patriots with one hand tied behind our back and one eye patch. And so, injuries suck. But if honestly, I would hate for the Niners to win the Super Bowl, but they would deserve it. But at least we won it first, like Jenna said. But yeah, our Fernandez torn ACL during microscopic surgery. I'm sorry. Thank you, our Fernandez. Thank you. Boy. Fernando Cabrera, what's up, brother? Rudy, 2 questions for you. 1, do you think Stafford really has the injury or is covering up to save for next year? 2, a lot of talk about OBJ not playing this year, re-sign him next year. Yeah, great comment. So I have that on my community post. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. So first of all, Stafford, I think he is hurt because he was wobbly. He has a neck contusion. I would rather have it be them covering it up that he's not hurt, honestly. But no, he is hurt. They're going to have to, him and his wife are going to have to sit down and talk to doctors and McVay, and hopefully he's able to come back, because I know that he doesn't want to come back. He doesn't want to leave and have his career end like this, besides injured, with the team losing like this, especially with Donald too. So if he's able to come back, he will try to come back. So I think he will come back, honestly. As far as OBJ, I said this in my community post. Let me show you what I put. There's a report because the Cowboys, with new concerns about Odell Beckham Jr.'s knee, could Rams be back in the mix 2023? Now, the Cowboys say this: the Cowboys, Giants, the Bills seem like the best option for former Rams receiver, but what if no one signs him this year? That seems possible based on a new report from Cowboys reporter Ed Werder. According to Werder, the Cowboys have concerns about Beckham's knee after he took a physical during a visit in Dallas. Now that's big time. That is big time, because if they're having concerns about his knee still, and they don't sign him because he wants a multi-year deal, and he doesn't play this year, everyone else gets scared off. The Rams could be back in play. According to one of the Cowboys, are concerned about Beckham's knee. He took a physical, and during a visit in Dallas, they word he hasn't progressed enough to in his rehab to ensure he'll be ready to play before mid-January, which would be around wild card weekend. So they won't even know anything until then. So you think they're going to sign him to a multi-year contract? Probably not. And then here it is. Source. This is Ed Werder. Source, Ed Werder. Source: the Cowboys have concerns over Jr.'s physical that his recovery from the OCA torn left ACL and Super Bowl was not progressing enough to ensure he would play before mid-January. Possibly exits. Signing him would have no benefit 2023. So it's unclear Beckham seeking a contract wise, but even with the Rams projected to have only $4.2 million in cap space next year, which the cap will extend, let you guys know, they'd be able to fit him under the limit by moving some money around, as Tony Pastore, the Rams financial guy, does. That shouldn't be a huge concern. It seemed like a possibility of Baker. It seemed like the possibility of Baker ever playing for the Rams again was dead. But assuming the report is of his worrisome knee is true, they could be back in the mix in about 3 months. So there you go, OBJ. I'm not going to get my hopes up. He already helped us win the chip, so we already got the maximum. But I love OBJ. Imagine that. Imagine this. Matthew Stafford comes back. He's better. We get a few guys in the offensive line, veterans. Allen Robinson comes back, and now we know how to use him. Cooper Kupp comes back just as good as new. OBJ is able to come back into the fold. Stoked and ready to go, a whole offseason to heal. And we're ready to roll, baby. I mean, the NFC is wide open, but we will see, but yeah, so we're still in the mix there. Great comment, Fernando. Jennifer says, Rams GM said today that they can't sign OBJ. Yes, indeed. My gal, Jenna is right on it. Exactly. Alex, she says, Bills didn't take a good care of Von Miller. If he was with us, he wouldn't be injured. Yeah, you know what? To the turf. You know what? I'm going to tell you this. I love SoFly Stadium, but we need to change it to grass. It's a faster field for our players, but Von Miller got caught on the rug, and he got hurt. With all this money invested in these players, let's get grass. Great comment. Michael Kinsey says the teams won't sign OBJ until he's 100% cleared from injury. Exactly right. 408 Killer Shark One says, does that mean Patriots deserve those 6 Lombardis? They do. They're the Patriots. The Patriots are the exception. I'm still bitter about Spygate, taping our practices and stuff with Marshall Falk and those guys. But it is what it is. And they just swept it under the rug. Allegedly. They didn't let us see the tape. We saw the tape and we're going to fine them and we're going to take draft picks. Let us see it. They never let us see it. Niners Sickness says, Rudy, I love you, brother, but no way. How do you want the Niners to win 6 Lombardi trophies? I can see it in your face, but thank you for being a gentleman. No, of course I don't want that. But what can I say? You guys would win it, then I tip my cap to you, I'm like, ching, ow. But damn it, pardon my French. Tom Brady, we would have at least the next, imagine Niner Sickness. I can say it like this. The Niners winning a 6th Lombardi would be like Niners Sickness being happy that we got the 2 Super Bowls, but we would have those other 2 Super Bowls against Brady. That would give us the last 4 Super Bowls. How much would you like that, Niners Sickness, that we won the last 4 if we would have beat Brady in 2018 and Brady in 2001? We would have won the last 4 Super Bowls. So that's about as much as I want the Niners to win the 6th. Is Niner fans hoping that the Niners would have won those 4. Imagine me sitting here saying, yeah, we got all these banners because we won the last 4 Super Bowls. Niners, it's your turn. At least we won the last 2, but damn you, Tom Brady. Jim Fox says, if we had a better record, Stafford and AD would be playing. Yes, well, great comment. Stafford, I'm not sure about Jimbo, because that neck thing is but we messed up 3 ways in hindsight. Letting Colbert get away, offensive lineman, letting Robert Woods get away, try to be cute and get Allen Robinson, and not talking Whitworth into unretiring. No, not signing Von Miller. So not signing Von Miller. But in hindsight, maybe we dodged a bullet. He got hurt. Who knows? But the those are the 3 things: not getting Von Miller, not re-signing Colbert for the offensive line in the middle area, and letting Robert Woods leave. Those are the main things. If we would have had, even with this line and Colbert there, if he didn't get hurt, you'd have Woods and Cup. That could have maybe got us the first Niner game. We could have probably won the Cowboys game. We could have probably won the Bucks game for sure. We could have won at least 4 more games, probably 3 or 4 more games for sure. Shifar said, "No, it's point them. No, it's no point them playing." Yes, indeed. Great comment. That's exactly right. Jimbo says, I wonder if OBJ won't want to sign with us next year if Mayfield is a backup. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, but they're professionals. He believes in McVay, just like Pat Beverly and Westbrook Westbrook get along as much as they can. They had a history before, and so I think they'd be okay. Michael Kennedy says, I won't mind if OBJ, I won't sign with the Rams if Baker Mayfield is going to be around for the next long haul. Yes, that's what we're trying to see. Great comment, Michael. Jim Foster says, Niners better win it this year because Daddy Rams are back next year. Yes, exactly right. I've been telling all my Niner content creators. By the way, I was on, and I wasn't trolling. I was on my guy Jason Aponte's chat, and he was saying 3-9 Rams. He gets butthurt because I always tell him, yeah, we have a bad record, but what did we do last year? At least I saw because he's a young fella. He never saw a Niners Super Bowl. He does all these analytics and stats, and I appreciate it. Smart guy. I appreciate that, but all these analytics and stats doesn't take you away from the simple fact that in the last few seasons, I gotta show this thing because he cracked me up. From 2015, here's the stats. Any analytics you want to run by, it's not going to do another top. You have to change it now to 8-4. But so he doesn't like me very much, but it's okay. I like him. I like him. He's him and my guy JC Naylor. He picked the Rams last year to finish 3rd, and the Rams won the Super Bowl, so I don't let him forget about it. 408 says Lambs won't win it next year. We'll see. Michael Kinsey says Niners won't win it for the next 20 years. I agree. 408 says Missouri won the first. Rudy, LOL. Well, on that thing, yeah, I mean, we have love for St. Louis. I love St. Louis. My RAMILIA in St. Louis. But remember, the St. Louis Rams, I almost said Cardinals, had 4 starters on Los Angeles Rams starters, OG Los Angeles Rams. Todd Light, I can't remember them all, but Todd Light, Keith Lyle, Isaac Bruce won the game-winning catch. I can't remember the 4th guy. I can't remember, but 4 guys, and Isaac Bruce was drafted by the LA Rams, and he made the game-winning catch. And then in the 2021 Super Bowl last year, Hecker and Donald were drafted by St. Louis. So both teams helped each other win, both cities. But also the 1951 Los Angeles Rams won the chip in Los Angeles too, in Los Angeles. So when it wasn't the Super Bowl, Alex G says Niners are faithful to just 5 rings. Niners are faithful to just 5 rings. Yes, indeed. Niners says if the 49ers would have beaten the Ravens and Chiefs, we would have 7 rings. LOL. So I feel you. Yeah, you know what, Niners saying this? Híjole. Exactly right. Just like when about Kobe. If Kobe and Shaq weren't fighting in the mishaps of the Lakers when they had Karl Malone and the Lakers lost to the Detroit Pistons, and then if Magic didn't tear his hamstring against the Pistons, if Worthy didn't get a broken leg against the Sixers, Magic Johnson might have had 8 rings. And then the Lakers would have 20 rings. Yeah, it's just like, the Dodgers too. All the times coming in, being the bridesmaid. Jenna says, at 408, the rich witch took them from us. St. Louis still counts. Yep. The woman who shall be nameless. Exactly right, Jenna. 408 says, not LA. Not in that, but seriously, the St. Louis Rams, we have love for them. They're still the same franchise, but there were 4 Rams that drafted Rams that helped them win the Super Bowl. And they won the Super Bowl in Los Angeles Rams colors, the white, blue, and yellow. They never won in the St. Louis colors. A fun fact. Even the new team went in the old school colors, a new version. SM says Rams will have an easier schedule next year with 10 draft picks to help the team. Lord willing, they will be healthy. Yes, indeed. And that's a great comment. And yes, the schedule will be easier. One Kelly Rams says, what's up, Rody? What's up, my brother? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. And with that. I'm moving the clip. That's why I kept playing extendedly. I'm moving it so I don't have to look for it so much. 408 says, whatever floats your boat. Well, wait, 408 Killer. I mean, I think you're a Niner fan. Santa Clara is 45 miles away from San Francisco. So can you guys really count those 5 rings then? It's not a different state, but it's in a different county. Just messing with you, but that's why we like to tease you guys, because you guys always do that to us. Well, that was St. Louis. Well, yeah, but it's the same franchise. The Lakers came from Minneapolis, won championships. The Dodgers came from Brooklyn, won championships. We count them. We count them. Now, Rudy, to be honest with you, you love to troll on Niners chats. No, it's not trolling when it's the truth, though. It's the truth, though. Like, they were talking about Brock Purdy, and I go, really, Brock Purdy? All righty, but I know that they have content that they have to have for their viewers. They can't just stop. But but you guys are alive, and so I understand. Eduardo, what's up, brother? He says Niners left their heart in San Francisco. That's funny that you say that because I always say that. I go, you know what? The Niners left their heart in San Francisco and their championship spirit. That's funny. Let me get back to that. The 49ers left their heart in San Francisco and became Santa Clara 49ers. They will never win the Super Bowl again. Jennifer says Ricky Pro was the other. Ricky Pro. Ricky, love my guy Ricky Pro. That amazing catch against the Bucks that will live in infamy. One Colin Round says we're still the Ray. We're still the Ray. Bring it and take it. Yes, indeed. The Rays of the NFL. 401 says 49ers never changed their name. Yeah, they never changed their name. Yeah, they should put a SC on it now instead of SF. What Clever says Ricky Pro, yes indeed. Michael, he says, how about get some more likes and subscribes for Rudy? That would help the algorithm for this channel. We got 17 likes. Thank you, Michael. Yes, guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Come back, and it does help the algorithm. YouTube is something else. But thank you guys so much, and all you guys that watch the replays. I know you guys like to watch the replays too. Thank you guys so much. SM says, thank you, Ravens and Chiefs. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The Niners, you know, I like to kid them, of course, and Niners sickness likes to kid the Rams. The Niners, they always give me stuff to, you know, hound my guy Niners sickness and other chats with, because Niner content creators, because they just do stuff to make me smile. Okay, Eddie DeBartolo Jr., just run it down real quick. The architect of the 5 Super Bowls, he ended up doing some stuff allegedly, and also backloaded salary cap and stuff with the cap, and he did something off of the field that was conduct detrimental to the owners. Allegedly, he was suspended for 1 year, fined, and then ultimately lost his team to his sister Denise York. That's Eddie DeBartolo Jr., the greatest owner in Niners history. So that kind of makes me smirk. Kind of messed up, but it makes me smirk. Then the Niners get to the Super Bowl. John Harbaugh against his little brother and Jim Harbaugh, and Big Brother beat Jim Harbaugh. So that kind of made me laugh. And then the lights went out and they almost came back. And then the Niners lost to Kansas City. And honestly, the George Kittle call was ticky-tack. They shouldn't have called it. But they were leading by 10 points with a few minutes left, and they blew it. Then they beat us in the regular season and continue to beat us in the regular season this year, but we got them in the championship game. So the Niners always make a smile on our Rams' faces. They always come through for me. And now this year they have Brock Purdy as their starting quarterback. So, I mean, they're the gift that keeps on giving. We will see what happens. So that's why I say if they win it, they deserve it, right? But they, so, you know, we like to go back and forth. Niners says 100% agree with you, Rudy, regarding our Lakers. Yes, indeed. Michael says the Lakers are lethargic without LeBron and AD, and they showed against the Cavs and Raptors. Yep, they need those two guys, because when they're out there, other guys kind of feel inspired. They have the swag in them. You know, they want to you know, those two guys being out there raises the play of the other guys. Cali says 49ers are the real Cali team. Southern California, you mean? Northern California, you mean? Michael says about the Dodgers, Cody Bellinger left for the Cubs. Cody Bellinger couldn't find his bat. He'll always be a world champion Dodger. My hat goes off to him. Calorica says the 49ers wish they were from Los Angeles. God bless you. 408 says Dodgers are the best. Thank you, 408. Calorica says Rams are from Cleveland. Yes, there's Cleveland Rams, St. Louis Rams, LA Rams. Just like the Lakers are from Minneapolis. Niners says at least all 5 Super Bowls the Niners won the parade. It was in San Francisco, and I was there. Did you guys have a parade in St. Louis? Yeah, they had a parade in St. Louis. No, Niners say this. I really can't say much to you because you saw all those Super Bowls. But you know, too, Niners saying this, that there's a lot of youngins. Can you hear me? 49er miners, the two guys that like to have me on their streams. Two youngins that never saw any Super Bowls the Niners won. But yeah, my guy Niners saying he saw every Super Bowl. Props to him. Jenna Vaca says, Niners says, no, but watched it on TV. And you know what? I never went to a Lakers Dodgers parade, and I said if the Rams win, I'm going to go to the parade, and it was amazing. SM says 49er fans should be embarrassed about that stadium. Yes, that's one thing that I kid them about, and they kid us about, oh, it's Levi South over here at the SoFly, but you guys deserve a better stadium than that. With that 5 Super Bowls and the legacy of those teams, it should be like SoFly Stadium. The Yorks are penny pinchers, and you can't get around that. 49er fans should be embarrassed about that stadium. That was the point of moving all the way out there and not having a palace. What was the point of not moving out there, not having a palace? A franchise that should have had one of those best stadiums. Exactly right. And on that note, I'm going to show you guys something. I like to say, and this is just kind of just as under the heading, it doesn't really matter. But just to give you an idea of that's why I like to tease the 49er fans, because we won the Super Bowl. We have a better stadium. I like to tease Niner fans. Hold on. This is my Niner sickness brother is going to see this right now. Hold on. Okay. So I want everybody to check this out real quick. Check this out. And this is something you won't see anywhere else. Just to pile on. So not only do the Rams have won the last 2 Super Bowls between Rams and Niners, right? Let me get my big head out of the way. Not only do the Rams have a better stadium, not only are they going to have a top-of-the-line facility that's basically the Woodland Hills Mall all the way around the block. It's going to be ready probably next year. The Rams franchise. So remember, the Niners have the 5 Super Bowls, the hardware. We have 2 Super Bowls, 2 NFL championships. Okay. The Rams, according to Forbes Sports, NFL franchise, the Cowboys are worth $8 billion. Let me make this bigger so everybody can see it. A little bit too big. There we go. Right here. Let's go right here. Let me see how it looks on this side. Okay. Stay with me. Cowboys are worth $8 billion, right? Patriots are number 2, $6.4 billion. Oh, look at that. The champs, $6.2 billion, just underneath the New England Patriots, who have what? 6 championships, but they're not in Los Angeles. The Cowboys, to their credit, and Jerry Jones are $8 billion. These guys have 5 Super Bowls. These guys have 6 Super Bowls. These guys have 2 Super Bowls, 2 NFL championships. They're number 3rd, though. Look, $6.2 billion estimated value for this franchise. And it's just going to go up as we have the Woodland Hills practice facility being built, and all that when SoFly Stadium, the entertainment complex around gets done. New York Giants, $6 billion. The Bears, $5 billion. Do you see Santa Clara yet? No. Washington Commanders, 5.6. Jets. The Jets are worth more than the San Francisco, aka Santa Clara, little brothers to our north. That's why I call them our little brothers. Also, our little brothers, the Raiders, are underneath us as well. I just wanted to point that out. Not only did I show you the attendance last year that we outranked those 2 teams, those franchises, or the Cowboys, but I just wanted to show you. No one else. Jason Aponte, how are you going to explain that away with your analytics? Oh, boy. So there you go. And that doesn't mean to us, really doesn't mean anything to us fans, but just to know the pecking order. In Eddie DeBarlo's tenure, when he was owner of the 49ers, they were the top tier franchise. They still are in name, but the pecking order has changed, and that shows you the value of the franchise. The Rams are worth more than the Santa Clara 49ers, no matter if they have those 5 Super Bowls. And we're in the biggest market on the West Coast, the Mecca of Los Angeles. So there you go. Minor 49ers or 49er minors. What are you going to say about that? When Kelly Ross says, hey, brother, ask all the Niner fans how old they were when they won their Super Bowl. My grandson is 8, and he's puro Bramley. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed, because I see a lot of them go to Mexico. Viva 49ers. I see them a lot of go on road trips, and they look to be 20, 28 years old or 25. Kelly Reek says, Rams bite their Super Bowl. Yeah, we have to pay our players. And I said at the end of the day, regardless if you have the latest Super Bowl, you have, we still have 5, but the Rams have 2, and that won't change to their near future. We'll probably get another one before the Niners get one. We will see. That says, this year I'm smiling left and right, up and down, because the Rams will not be in the playoffs, and they're in last place in NFC West. Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. You know, we're beat down, but but we still have a smile on our face. The Niners still come through for us. Now, this is every game the Rams lose. Big ass smiles comes up on me, and thank you, Rams, for making me smile again. 408 Killer Shark says, Dodgers are the best. They are the best. They are the best. Not this year, though. Jenna says, injuries were brutal this season. The reason we are out. That's the only reason. Every dog has their day, even in lucky circumstances. Better not waste it and get at least to the NFC Championship. Yes, the Niners better win it this year, because who knows who the quarterback's going to be next year. They're going to lose some free agents. Jimmy Ward's probably going to be gone. Al Shire is going to be gone. We'll see what happens. They better win it this year, because we'll be back next year. We're not going to have our offensive line in shambles like it was. We're not going to have Cooper Kupp out. You know, we'll see what happens. Now says, I went to 2 Lakers parades. Oh, that's awesome, brother. I wish I would have went, but I never was able to go. I just didn't make it happen. Michael Kenzie says, 408, which team are you in? I think he's 49ers. Michael says, I see you got a Pittsburgh Penguins as your YouTube picture. Oh, okay. Well, sometimes they have like you might be a not Rams fan or Dodgers fan, but then you like say the Sharks in hockey. Great question. Great question. Another thing is the Rams have a better stadium than the 49ers. And the 49ers treat their fan base better, and the type of service they provide with food. Yeah, the food's pretty bad. When Colorado Rams says, yes, sir. SS says, MetLife Stadium is trash too. New York deserved better. That's exactly right. The turf is horrible. Beer is not that expensive too for parking at our stadium, and we have food delivered to our seats. You guys definitely have us on the food service, because from what you were telling me. But Niner sickness, honestly, brother, you know, we don't have any control over this. You know, I love our stadium. Even if it was a crappy stadium, who cares? It's our team. But you guys deserve a cathedral stadium, like my brother was saying, like SoFly Stadium. That's basically, you're like, they treat you guys good with all that stuff for the fans, but that's also treating the fans good. We're having shade so your fans don't get overheated, and a beautiful stadium to come to. It's still new, not fairly new, but they could have did better, man. They could have did better. But yes, the food service is definitely better than SoFly, and that's horrible to say. I haven't tried it, but for what I understand, I always stuff myself at the tailgating when I go, and then after I get drinks and beer and snacks from the stadium, because I don't want to be in line too long. Michael Kennedy says Los Angeles will be the second largest NFL market pretty soon. Yes, indeed. Michael says he's talking about the Rams, not the Chargers. Yes, indeed. The Chargers are just piggybacking us. They're renting our stadium. Steve-O says your debt value is 51. Yeah, because we got to pay bills. 408 says Killer Shark says little bros, it's the other way, Rudy. No, I showed you. That says Rams supposed to be little brother until they exceed our 5 seasons, but until they get behind us, Moscow. See what does that include? Billion the owners have to pay to STL. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that, but I don't understand how we have to pay St. Louis anything, because it was the St. Louis officials, and the fans are out of it because they're loyal fans. It wasn't their fault, but the St. Louis officials that reneged on the lease, it was a poison pellet because they were supposed to be within the 20% of the stadiums upgraded every year. Not every year, but every so often to stay within a 20% of better stadiums. And on their own, they were coming up with the Riverfront Stadium blueprints. And so they let the lease, they let the Rams get out of the lease, and then the Rams left to Los Angeles. That's not their fault. So I don't understand why they get any money. They reneged on the lease. They brought a mediator. The mediator sided with the Stan Kroenke's group, and I don't understand how they get any money because they let the lease, be torn up. That's your fault. They would still be there if you would have kept by the guidelines. You can't force an owner to change the lease. So I don't know. Maybe I should have been their lawyer. I don't understand it, but it's not the fans' fault. Just like it wasn't my fault when the Rams left. It's the horrible officials. Let's see. Not understanding this is Rudy. Does your stadium take care of you when it pertains to parking and how much? No, they don't, man. Honestly, LA, it's a cutthroat for the parking. Yes, they don't. Jim Foster says Weiners is down to make a gentleman bet. If Weiners don't get it, he has to wear Rams jersey during the sad show. There's a bet right there. I will. You know what? I'm going to make a bet with my guy Niner Sickness too. We'll see what happens. I'm going to think of a good bet for us. SM says Bears might move to Arlington Heights because they saw the Rams did it in Inglewood and they want to replicate it. Oh, good information. 408 says Lamb fans expect the Niners to win this year. SMH. No, we don't expect them to win. SM says even the new proposed Titan Stadium looks inspired by SoFly. Yeah, man, SoFly is amazing, man. Niner says, all right, brother, I'm out. I'm gonna go outside and smoke me another joint. My high is coming down to 20. Great show, bro. Thank you so much for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. And no, you're good with typos. I do that all the time, man. If I don't have my glasses, I'm like, Chingo. I spelled Rams, Rams. I meant Rams. But I thank you guys for coming in. So real quick before we go, the keys to the Rams victory is this. Keys to the Rams victories. Keys to the Rams victory. I got caught up talking with everybody, and so I appreciate you. Run the ball. Get the ball downfield. And score sevens. I wouldn't mind winning with field goals, but keys to Rams victory is run the ball. Oops, see, there's my my typo. Run the ball. That's supposed to say get the ball downfield to Tutu, to the guys, Jefferson, get in the end zone, and get the lead as well. But what are your predictions for the score? I'm going to say I said it before. My Rams 27. Might have said 20 before, but I'm going to go with 7. With let's see 20, 27, 27, 20. Jimbo, buy one or sickness. Behave, Jimbo. Behave. That's my buddy. That's my buddy. At least for me, behave, man. That's not cool. I love you, Jimbo, but that's my guy. He's my buddy. Behave. Jenabaka says key to victory is Ramsey making hard noise, tackles, and sacks. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The other thing I wanted to talk about too is I said it in the injury report, but this is our second game for our guy not playing in his career. I know it hurts. I know it kills him. It kills him not being out there with his dog. So, rest up, AD, and hopefully our guys can bring us home with a victory. Let's see. SM says, is Wolford playing or will it be Perkins at QB? I don't think Mayfield plays until Green Bay. Wolford, for right now, is questionable. Probably a game time decision. And that's why we gave the playbook to Mayfield on the plane so he can get as fast as he can and have it with him. And so that way he can be ready to back up Perkins. So right now we're not sure. It'll probably be a game time decision. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll find out. Tomorrow morning they'll list it. Excuse me. Michael says, I would be surprised if Baker Mayfield starts tomorrow instead of Bryce Perkins. I don't think he'll be a starter. I think if he does play, if Wolford can't play, he'll come in for a few series. But I don't think he will. Steve-O says 18-17 Raiders. Steve-O. Thank you for saying. Michael says, I would say Rams 23, Raiders 20. I'll take it. Jafar says, won't know the playbook enough to play, but he may have a package to play. That's exactly right. That's what I was thinking, that they'll do some scripted plays for him, some of the terminology that he knows. And, we'll see we'll see what happens with that. Foray says, I think Jim Foster should focus on his art game. Michael Kenzie says, and also Kyron Williams needs more touches. 3 snaps won't make it. Yes, indeed. When I say run the ball, let Cam Akers and especially Kyron Williams cook, baby. Steve says, I heard Mayfield gave McVay plays he wants. LOL. I don't think McVay thinks much of Perkins, Rudy. I think he's gone after this year. I just think that he knows that he's a little raw, and I think they wanted to see. You might be right though, but I think that he knows that Perkins is still a young guy, and we might release John Wolford because we want to see more of him what we have, and keep Perkins, and now we might keep Baker Mayfield depending on how he works out, and especially in the clubhouse, there's going to be eyes and ears looking at him. But a great comment. We'll see. This offseason is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it a night. And Baker Mayfield is in Los Angeles. Show me something, Baker. Show me something, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. I hope everybody has a great night. I'm losing my voice. As we always say, may the RAMILIA be with you. And Ramulators, mount up. Let's get us going with some hype, for tomorrow's game. Let's see. Come on, baby. Where are you at? There we go.
They say the autumn wind is a pirate. But just as fall gives way to winter, here there have been seasons of change. In Southern California, the era of silver and black is all black and white.
Famed, feared, and respected as professional sports winningest.
The future is royal in soul. The Raiders are coming to LA for Thursday night football. But the City of Angels belongs to the Rams.
Make way as the takeover. I see him looking down when we come closer. Step up, get it closer with a pro soldier. An overdose of work, chronic composure. Yeah. I want big bags, live life like a rich brat. Put a price on their head, we never hit back. No, catch me out on the field, and that's a mismatch. Yeah. Every day on the team, now watch me sit back. Takeover, go.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, I will come in. I will come in. It's going to be a later stream, maybe 9:00, and I will come in. Hopefully, we'll be happy about the win. Maybe Baker Mayfield will be out there. We'll see what happens. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a great night. Let's go Rams. Let's get this, baby. Let's get this, baby.
When you have a player of his caliber come available and you look at just the circumstances and the situation surrounding our quarterback room, we felt like it was the right move for us. He's a guy that
the right move. We will see. I think it is. I think it's going to pay dividends. We're going to get a look at the kid, see what he's got. I like it. I want Bryce Perkins to get the reps, but we will see. But hope everyone has a great night again. Ramulators, mount up. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Good night.